Well, it's almost football season, which means we have the latest and the first episode of the season of Faith, Football, and Sport. Plenty of that going on in golf courses as club championships get ready to go and all that kind of fun stuff. But we'll talk golf in a little while because the FedEx Cup playoffs are on the way. Well, they're underway right now. BMW Championship this week. Scotty Scheffler almost won another one last week. Let's see. We've got. I saw today that this again golf talk first, but the PGA Tour is far outpacing Live Golf in the ratings. Of course, that shouldn't be any surprise. I mean, network television versus Fox Sports 1. Yeah. So not any big surprise there.
And I mean for Live Golf, who's their premier golfer? It's Bryson. Yeah. And we just have seen him crumble under the pressure of the majors this year.
Yeah, he's had a tough year.
What tournament was it that he shot, the second to lowest score of the entire day of day one?
Yeah, the British Open or the Open. And then he came back and almost made the cut and then made a top 10 out of it.
That was pretty impressive.
That may be the achievement of the year in golf.
Yeah, but are there moral victories?
Not really.
No, they're just victories, right?
Right. Not when you have Bryson DeChambeau's talent and he wants majors and anyway. But,
has he won a major yet?
Yes, 2 U.S. Opens.
That's right.
2 U.S. Opens, and he's been right up there in contention with the Masters a couple of times now, and he's got a new golf ball he's messing around with. Titleist has developed him a golf ball and stuff, so that's supposed to be the answer. We'll see. The mad scientist, you never know about him.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have some questions. Okay, first of all, my question is: are we gonna have in the NFL a Kansas City Chief, Philadelphia Eagle rematch by the time we're doing this in January?
Man, I don't know. I'm not all in on the Chiefs this year. I'm really not. I think they lost some key pieces. Also, don't think they really filled holes very well. Because I think
that's bold.
It is bold. But
do they still have Andy Reid?
They do.
And they still have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but Superman can't carry the team the whole year, because their offensive weapons are not great. And Rice has been, he's in some trouble. So
I tell you, that's a bold thing. I think Spagnuolo. I mean, you got just such a core there and a system. It's almost like a college team. It's almost like Alabama several years ago, just plug and play. I mean, because Nick Saban's system was so strong. But I'm telling you, I don't know, man. The Chiefs are until you knock out the champ. I mean, the Bills, could they do it? Maybe
they could. Ravens, always there.
Maybe.
I mean, I think the problem with the Chiefs is their division. Their division is so good.
Yeah.
Because I think the Broncos are going to be good this year.
Broncos will be good. Unfortunately, the Chargers already had a major injury. Left tackle Slater goes down, which will really hurt their chances.
But I think Harbaugh is good at piecing together lines.
Yeah.
And I think he works on that side of the ball so well that I think he'll just fill the need until Slater can come back. Oh, no, he's out for the season, right?
He's out for the season.
Yeah. So, but still, I mean, it's going to be competitive. Those games, those division games will go back and forth, for home. You try and win your home games, but that's going to be tough.
Sure is. In the NFC, who's out there that's going to really knock off the Eagles? I mean, Washington, are they going to be the team that they have to play 3 times this year to potentially...
Maybe, but it's... Okay, Jaden Daniels had a fantastic first season, right? Nobody can deny that. He's a freak athlete. He is. Okay, but it's sophomore slump. Okay, Jordan Love.
Of course, believe in that?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, 2 years ago wasn't Jordan Love's rookie season, but it was his first year as a starter.
It was.
So his freshman year.
Okay.
The past year, slump. Mm-hmm. Okay, he had some injury issues, but still, when he was close to 100% healthy, didn't look the same as year one.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud, actual rookie, second year, I mean...
Not the same.
Not the same. The Texans were not the force that they were the year before.
You're right.
And so I think there has to be a sophomore slump. And I think the division is still tough. And because they have to play the Chiefs division this year. What is that? The AFC
West. Yeah, that's right.
I think that's going to be tough for them to go through for the year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I see the Commanders being that. I think they have the potential. I like Dan Quinn. I like what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. I like the weapons. I really like the Commanders.
Yeah,
I really do.
Me too.
I really appreciate what they're.
Can we call them the Redskins again?
Man, I wish.
I wish. So
I think didn't they go back to the colors though?
They did. I think
that
they
looks smooth.
Reverted back. At least that's a start. Maybe.
Yeah.
How about the Lions?
I like the Lions. I want to see Dan Campbell without his coordinators. He lost defense and offense. That's and big. Man, he's the Bears coach now. What is his name?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, man. I think he's an offensive savant potentially. And I don't know if Dan Campbell's gonna be able to get Jared Goff online the way that Johnson was able to, because
they moved I think the QB coach, one of their offensive coaches, they moved him up into the OC
and that's
spot,
and that's tough.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Years ago, of course, I'm much older than you, but years ago, that's kind of what the 49ers did. They just developed guys, the homegrowns, all the way through, and then ultimately, I guess the last guy was. He works for the NFL Network now. One of the main guys. You guys will know who I'm talking about. The guy with the real intense eyes. But he kind of came through that system from Bill Walsh. But that doesn't always happen. Man, I got kind of a little sidetrack here because we're talking about the upper echelon of the league. But let's think about the Bears for a second. Do you think Ben Johnson inheriting Caleb Williams is his personal nightmare, or does he consider that like the biggest challenge of his career?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
know where I stand on Caleb Williams.
You've never been sold on him.
No, I don't like what he did in college. He never did anything good. Did he win a Heisman?
Yes.
But he's at USC.
Yeah.
And did they win a national championship?
No.
Did they make a college football playoff?
Did they even get close?
No.
They couldn't beat Utah.
No. They lost twice to Utah in the same season.
I know.
And we're talking about Cam,
Rising.
Rising.
Yeah.
And, guy's on his 12th year in college football, by the way.
I think he's as old as I am.
Yeah, I think so.
He just celebrated 50, I believe.
They lost to them twice in the same season. It kept them out of the college football playoff.
I know.
I don't care what your accolades are in college if you can't win big games. And he didn't do it.
And then he kind of sulks a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the quarterback, walking off by himself and throwing little hissy fits.
Did you see the clip of him can't hit the net? Did you see that clip?
No.
So it was you can watch it on the herd. They have the net set up with the one that's lower, the one in the middle, the one up top, and he's just trying to hit the one in the middle. He can't do it. I mean he's like 10 yards from it.
Hey, man, Peyton Manning could throw it in the window of a truck moving across. You saw that in a commercial, I think.
Yeah, like that had to have been real. So
Tom Brady.
I could have probably kicked it in one of those holes.
Probably.
And he couldn't throw it, and he throws a hissy fit and walks off the field.
Oh, my.
Yeah, you can look up a clip later. It was just, I don't know. I think he's a head case.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's got I think he's athletic. I don't know if he's talented. There is a difference.
Sure there is. Especially, when you're talking about the most difficult position in all sports, quarterback. The NFL quarterback is the most difficult position. You've got to have extra special qualities above and beyond athleticism.
You do.
And even arm talent, all those. There's a lot of guys like Jared Goff, he makes a pretty good living out there, and he doesn't have the greatest arm in the world, but he's always on time.
He is.
And that's where I think Caleb Williams will really struggle in Ben Johnson's system because it's a timing offense.
It is.
And you got to throw it to that spot, and everybody's got to get there, and that's a rough deal because Caleb's an ad-libber. He's a Patrick Mahomes.
He is, but he lives on like a 47% completion rate.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's around that. That's awful.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And you can't do that, especially in Ben Johnson's offense where, you're going to be passing a good bit. And I don't know how great their run game is going to be.
Be tough.
If I'm Ben Johnson, you're stuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
You are. At least this season, maybe 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Build around him, get a great offensive line, give him weapons, which he does have, and just see what he can do. If he can't do it, go after Arch Manning in 2 years.
All right, my next question, and this is still kind of, the potential, the rumors. Let's get a little soap opera for the NFL going early. Will Shedeur Sanders, will he be the Dallas Cowboys starter by week 6 after Dak goes down with injury number 25? Will the Cowboys trade for him? And then on top of that, will Brian Schottenheimer actually make it through the season as coach before they bring Deion Sanders in as their head coach? Can we just throw all that out there?
Okay, I can see Schottenheimer losing his job middle of the season.
Really?
I don't know why. That is an extremely hot take.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he can't get him over 500 halfway through the season, he could lose his job.
Boy, the Cowboys' schedule's tough, too.
It is.
It's pretty brutal.
But they have a really good roster. Other than some pieces on defense. Their offense should be lights out.
I was watching the third-team Ram offense ram it right up the middle against the Cowboys' defense, just like all last year.
They gave up some of the biggest rushing yards in any of the whole league last year. I'm pretty
sure they were the worst rushing defense.
I think so.
In the history of time.
I think they averaged. They gave up, I think, 8 yards a play.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
It was kind of
like that the other night too against the Rams. What little I watched, I mean, it is the Cowboys. It is preseason, but I don't know, man. Dak's brittle. He's got some weapons this year, but he's a statue. It's going to be really tough. The offensive line has already had two major injuries, out for the season type stuff. So it's going to be tough.
I don't know.
Let's not spend any much time talking about the Cowboys because they matter around our parts of the country, but they're.
I think Jerry's the problem, and I don't think they're going to overcome Jerry. I don't think Jerry was man enough to go get Deion and go get Shedeur.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, they passed over him too all those times.
Because Deion said he's never going to go to the NFL, but he would have taken the Cowboys' call and really highly considered it.
For sure.
And I think if you want to win,
especially to his credit, he would have prayed about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very outspoken Christian. We appreciate that about Deion. A lot of the other stuff is kind of crazy stuff that he does, but thank the Lord he is
yeah.
He'll have a blingy mansion next to mine.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it'll be decked out. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
But I don't know. Back to Shedeur, I'm not sure what I do as the Browns because I really think it's Joe Flacco or him. Yeah. And I mean, Joe Flacco's about 56 by now. I think he's 40. I think he's actually 47.
Him and Cam Rising, I think, graduated together.
I think they did high school. Yeah.
Same high school class.
I don't know. I think
they're going back for their 20-year reunion this year.
I think if you start him, it's too much pressure. Yeah. I think if you're gonna have him be the future, I think you develop him in a year instead of having him start. Yeah. But Joe Flacco has said before he doesn't want to be a coach,
right? And
coach the upcoming quarterback. He wants to start. He said that.
Yeah.
He said that with, and that's why he left the Ravens.
That's right.
Immediately because he wasn't going to be a backup.
That's right.
I don't know if that's changed in 7-8 years since that was, but. I don't know.
I don't know either.
And everybody was overly impressed with his performance, and I wasn't.
First preseason game?
I wasn't.
Made a few moves. He's got some good highlights.
He does, but
I didn't really see the lowlights.
Watch the lowlights.
Okay.
Watch the lowlights. Okay. He's got a running back out in the flat. It's a easy 7-yard pass. He throws it about 16 feet over his head.
Not good.
And his off-platform throws he can't make, which now in the NFL you've got to be able to make.
Yeah.
Everybody's too fast, pockets are collapsing. You got to make them. Yep. He was 14 for 23, 2 touchdowns, 156, 58 yards.
Well,
he played for 9 drives.
You got to admit that's not a terrible debut.
No,
but again,
I don't want it to be overhyped, and right. We got to first of all preface this all with it's the preseason.
It is preseason.
It is the preseason. You're playing against the second team, third team, fourth team,
and the Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers
is the
which they could be sneaky good this year.
Okay,
that could be a topic for another time.
All right.
But I think Bryce Young's got the IQ. Well, you can see if they can protect him.
Yeah. They'll have to protect him because he's still so small. You can't get rid of that. I mean, he is just a little guy. But anyway, okay. Let's move off this for a second. Let's talk about I think what's pretty near and dear to our hearts is college football, and we've got the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes hosting the now coaches poll and AP poll #1 Texas Longhorns. I saw this yesterday. This is kind of crazy stuff. But the Longhorns go into this game as number 1 and an underdog.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
And Ohio State they don't have a quarterback. Of course, Texas has a quarterback that, they're going to be breaking it. I mean, Arch Manning evidently is the second coming of, Peyton Manning. But evidently...
with wheels on him, yeah.
Yeah, evidently, there's just a lot of unknowns. And that's the great thing to me about college football is every year is such a new year.
It is.
And especially in the portal now. You got to kind of get to know your whole team again.
Yeah, and especially in the day now that, you're going to get your good quarterback to stay for two years.
Right.
And every 2 years is a turnover. Mm-hmm. And that's what this is for the Longhorns.
It is for the Longhorns, and it is also for Ohio State, who lost their starting quarterback, Will Howard. And I know it'll be, it's in the shoe. That's a big deal.
It's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a slugfest for about 2 to 3 quarters, and then it's really just going to be whoever can hit some big plays and make the fewest mistakes.
Right. That'll be the big thing. I kind of see like
turnover battle.
They played in the semis last year. It was kind of a one possession game until the strip fumble, touchdown, and Ohio State ends up winning that game.
It could be similar to that. I think the Longhorns are more explosive on both sides of the ball, and that could be really the winning factor for the Longhorns to win it. I think it'll be a 2-possession game that'll feel a lot closer than it is.
Okay, here's a question for you, because don't you kind of see this kind of being maybe the preview of another playoff game down the road in January? Would you rather, as the Longhorns, win the opening game there or lose that game if you're pretty sure you're going to have to play them again somewhere down the road when it really matters?
Okay, so I say you got to win it. Start the season off with a bang.
Okay.
The way
win's a win.
The way that the bracket's going to fall, I think Ohio State's going to be highly ranked enough that they're not going to meet them until like semifinals.
Okay.
And they're not going to meet them in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
They did decide to do the seeding the proper way this year,
which is correct.
So that actually might be a final matchup then if we're 2-3-1 right in that kind of.
Yes. So Ohio State being probably a top 4 team in the playoff, you're not going to beat them until semifinals or finals.
Yeah.
And I think you go ahead and win the first game. I mean, you don't try to lose a game anyway.
Well, never.
But I can see the mindset because it is hard to beat a team twice. We saw that with the Texas and Georgia. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is.
I will say this too, though. College football we're starting in August this year. That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
College football in August, September is far different than college football in December and January.
Yes.
With attrition,
even November.
Well, the freshmen that are, just kind of trying to get acclimated. I mean, they were playing high school ball last year, and now they're playing with the big boys in D1. I mean, there's a lot of learning curve, and there'll be a lot of guys that get it and are a whole lot better on both sides, Texas and Ohio State. Of course, don't forget about Penn State, Georgia. Clemson is also a very veteran team. They're kind of that NCAA basketball team that's kept all their guys around for 4 years.
Yeah, they've made some.
Klubnik, he's right there with Cam Rising. He's been around forever.
4 years. This will be his 4th year there.
Yeah.
And that seems like forever now.
It does.
Which is kind of sad. I miss the days when you'd get 3 to 4 years out of a good quarterback.
Me too. That's the old school in you.
Which kind of shifting a little bit, I think the NIL will help with that. I think there's been a lot of bad press about the NIL, but I think it could help college sports of allowing these kids, because they are kids after all, learn some responsibility quicker, because we've seen in the past when people get pro money at the 20, 21-year-old mark that they just blow it, but they get an agent at 18 and they get some responsibility on how to spend it. They might get a Ferrari, sure, whatever, who cares? But they're going to be making more money in an extra year or 2 in college, more than their rookie deal in the NFL. Because the big thing is if Arch does well this year, wins a Heisman or wins a national championship or the potential of both, if he goes pro next year, well, look at his NIL deal. Yeah. He'll make more money next year than his entire rookie contract.
For sure.
I mean, if we're looking at a money standpoint,
stay in. Yeah. If there's if you're kind of that edgy, do I go in the first round, second round, maybe even, drop to the third round, the uncertainty of the draft, but I'm a stud on a big D1 team when I've got a car dealership supporting me and, paying me a millionaire. By the way, it's got to be kind of weird with the NIL when these players get to, the locker room and they're checking out and the tax guy hands them a W-2. I mean, you think about that now. I mean, they're paying taxes. I mean, your income bracket, that's adult stuff, just went way, way up there. And
that's where I think having an agent and learning that stuff young is good.
They got to have some good people around them. They've
got to.
That's for sure. Listen, it is important to have good people around you. That is for sure. I've been reading in my Bible. First Chronicles is it's kind of one of those books that just kind of reminds you. King David, man, he had a lot of good people around him.
Yeah.
And a lot of, they call them mighty men. Mm-hmm. And don't you think we need more of that today?
I think so too. I'm in Isaiah right now, and it's just read in chapter 36 and 37 where the king of Assyria, Sennacherib, he's threatening Hezekiah, tells him don't listen to Hezekiah, saying the Lord's going to provide because I've crushed all these other lowercase g gods.
Yep.
And so your God can't stop me. And Hezekiah was the first thing he does. Goes to the house of the Lord.
Yep.
And
that's right.
And because he went to the house of the Lord, then Isaiah comes and delivers him the word. Mm-hmm. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
That's right.
And have the right people around you, and that's what Isaiah was able to do with Hezekiah.
Yeah.
And then we see the Lord intervene, and Sennacherib's kids come and
kill him. I mean, that's a crazy story, isn't it?
It really is.
Isaiah comes in and basically tells the future of a wicked king, and it happens just because God's word always happens, and that's an important thing to remember. God's word always happens. So if it hasn't happened yet, it will.
It's going to
happen.
Yep.
Yeah. So, quick note on the golf side, since we talk a little bit of golf every now and then. What do you think about the FedEx playoffs and the way they've the winner takes all next week or in 2 weeks, whenever it is, the Tour Championship. Do you like that, or did you like the staggered start? What was it? What do you think about that?
I didn't like the staggered start.
It kind of felt weird, didn't it?
It did, because the person at the top, which was Scotty last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he was like on cruise control.
I know, he didn't.
He just coasted in and won it last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Colin Morikawa shot 2 or 3 strokes better than he did, but he was coming from such far behind him that he only got within like 2 strokes of him. I get it. The women, the Semi Globe, they do it this way, where the top 30, whoever wins that, gets all the cash. I don't know. It's kind of anticlimactic. Where you got, football, you got the college football playoff now, thank the Lord. We're not looking at the BCS or anything like that. You got the Super Bowl forever. We're so used to that. You got the national championship in March Madness.
Yes.
And so golf needs to figure that out.
It does. It's really, their Super Bowl is Augusta National.
It is. And it happens the first of the year.
It does. It's the first major.
So who won Augusta? Tell me right now, off the top of your head.
Goodness.
It happened so long ago, you don't remember.
No, it's Roy McIlroy. I do know. Because he got the Grand Slam. Because it had the stupid, the up there for this putt is for the his career Grand Slam, and he missed it.
I know.
Oh, man. But yeah, you're exactly right. So how do you make the playoffs? I don't know. How about this? Okay, I know golf is so stuck in their ways, they're not going to change anything. That's why they hate live golf, whatever. What if you made the majors part of the playoffs?
That would be great, wouldn't it? Go back to those courses even late. I don't know. I
don't know.
Augusta's so special.
They can only play that once a year.
There is a real similarity here, and I don't know why nobody's really seen this, but there's a real similarity between golf and NASCAR.
Yes.
Okay, NASCAR runs their Super Bowl right after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Daytona. And the whole everything gears up for the first race of the year, and then after that, you really got to be a NASCAR fan to watch NASCAR.
Yeah, I used to be a NASCAR fan, and that's why I kind of stopped.
I know.
I'll watch Daytona, and then I'm like, Oh, I kind of forgot NASCAR was still on.
Exactly. And golf is a little bit like that. Once Augusta happens, then, you've got the PGA, then you've got the U.S. Open, then you got the Open, the British Open. I mean, you've got the... But then again, the British Open's already a month past.
Yeah.
And now we're in this... I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Scotty Scheffler going to be pretty tough to beat. Although this week he's playing without his caddy. He's got family issues that he's taking care of. He's from Louisiana. I don't know if you knew that or not, but
I think I did actually.
And by the way, he's an expert pickleball player.
Yeah, I've seen the clips.
You knew
yes.
that, but Ted Scott's quite the believer.
Yep.
Comes to Scotty every day at the first tee and has a scripture verse for him. In fact, I think he does. Just FYI, since you're podcasting right now, he does a podcast. I think it's called TED Talk. It's not TED Talks or whatever, but I think he's that's probably a patented term. But look him up. He's a powerful Christian witness, and we're thankful for that. That's episode 1, man.
Yeah.
Of a new year. We're going to try to do these weekly. Yep. Maybe if things get intense, maybe bi-weekly throughout the next few weeks.
Yep.
All right. So we'll see you soon on Faith, Football, and